Hello, good day to you traders and welcome to this week's edition of Weekly Forex Forecast. As usual on this forecast, we'll run through 49 charts including Forex pairs, indices, commodities, metals, cryptos and more. On weekends of this channel we do weekly Forex Forecast. The Mondays to Fridays on this channel we give out asset updates and new trade setups from the chart. Also, if you head down into the description of this video, you see a timestamp for this video, so you can get to the specific assets you are interested in down in the description below. So have a nice time and see you next week for the next edition. Bye. On euro dollar for this week, US dollar has been on this aggressive upside move, so we expect it to give us sideways by Monday, Tuesday next week for it to resume with that momentum upside. So we want to watch out for that as it develops this week. We zoom to the 4-hour time frame on euro dollar. On the 4-hour time frame, you see they are on this upside move after having given us this A, B, C running flat here. So we expect they can give us more smaller climb before they will start sideways correction here and then resume this climb. We expect them to give us this correction next week on euro dollar. So we want to watch out for that as well. If we zoom to the 1-hour time frame, on the 1-hour time frame, you see that there is a divergence between the tops here and the tops here, which tells us that after this climb, they are coming back here for us for the resume this climb. So I want to watch out for this correction this week on euro. On pound dollar for this week, pound dollar this week has been on after tagging the 2016 low. They've been on this upside momentum. So next week we'll watch them give us a small drop before they resume this climb upside. So if we zoom to the 4-hour time frame to look at that better. On the 4-hour time frame, they give us this drop and then continue with this climb upside. So we want to watch for another drop that will make that a running flat. So that's what we are looking out for. Once they complete this as a running flat, they will resume the climb upside for us. First, we expect this drop to come through next week. So we want to watch out for it by then. So if we zoom to 1-hour time frame, on the 1-hour time frame, you see there is no divergence here, which means they can give us a small running flat for the time being, continue this spike upside before they will come through for us with that bigger drop that will give us this move and make both of them. On Aussie dollar for this week, Aussie dollar has been on this aggressive buy momentum upside. So this week we want to watch them give us sideways correction here before they resume this climb upside. We want to watch out for correction and more upside to come through for us next week. So if we zoom to 4-hour time frame on Aussie dollar, on the 4-hour time frame, we see there's this possibility of once another running flat drop to this trend line, which tells this top before they will come through for us with the correction we expect for more upside. That is the possibility we are looking at right now for this week. We zoom to 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame on Aussie dollar, if we look through here, we see that there is a small divergence between these tops, which tells us this is coming down next week. We want to watch for either this drop here and then more upside. Or on New Zealand dollar for this week, New Zealand dollar has been on this upside momentum, so we want to watch them give us sideways corrective structure here and then they resume the buy momentum upside. So we want to watch out for this week on New Zealand dollar. So if we zoom to 4-hour time frame on New Zealand dollar, on the 4-hour time frame, there's always this possibility of a running flat here. I'll make both of these a running flat, and then they will give us one more spike upside before they will come through for us with the correction we expect for more upside to come through. So we want to watch out for this week. We zoom to 1-hour time frame on New Zealand dollar. On the 1-hour time frame, we are looking for sell opportunity. Any sell opportunity we see, so we're taking down to this level, potentially break through downside for the resume upside momentum. So we want to watch out for this correction. On dollar Swiss for this week, dollar Swiss has been on this aggressive drop to the downside. So this week we want to watch them give us sideways corrective structure, and then we'll see if they resume the drop towards the downside. So if we zoom to 4-hour time frame on dollar Swiss, on the 4-hour time frame, they give this correction upside and dropped down, give a small correction here, and they are dropping. So we want to watch them start another sideways corrective structure here before they resume the drop to the downside. That's what I'm looking for. We zoom to the 1-hour time frame on dollar Swiss. On the 1-hour time frame, we see there is a divergence between these lows and these lows, which tells us that this will soon pull back upside with the correction we are expecting for more downside to come through. So I want to watch out for this corrective structure this week on dollar Swiss. So on dollar yen for this week, dollar yen has been on this aggressive drop to the downside. So I want to watch them give us sideways corrective structure here to resume the drop to the downside. I want to look out for this correction this week and more drops on dollar yen. Resume to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, you see they give us a drop straight through without much correction. So this week we expect them to give us correction or sideways before they resume the drop to the downside. So what I'm watching out for on dollar yen. Resume to 1-hour time frame on dollar yen. I want to watch out for that to see they give us this pullback upside, it drop. So we expect another pullback upside here to make it a running flat for us. For more drops to the downside will come through for us. And then because of this divergence, bigger corrective structure here for more downside then come through. So I want to look out for this possibility. On dollar CAD for this week, dollar CAD has been on this for the past week, has been on this huge drop to the downside. So we still expect them to give us this wave at any time to make a running flat here before they resume the drop to the downside. We zoom to the 4-hour time frame on dollar CAD. On the 4-hour time frame, we saw they give us this corrective up move earlier last week before they resume this drop. So we expect at any moment they will give us that climb back upside to make it a running flat and then resume the drop to the downside. This is what we're expecting this week on dollar CAD. So we want to look out for that trade when they start on the 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, we see the divergence between the lows here and the lows here, which tells us this can give us this flat drop and then start back that up move that will be equal in length with this ABC. On euro pound for this week, euro pound has been on an aggressive drop to the downside. You still expect this to give us a climb upside to make this a running flat for more drops to come through to the downside. So we want to watch out for that this week. We zoom to the 4-hour time frame on euro pound. On the 4-hour time frame, for now, this looks like a complete A, B, C. Although we think that wave is not yet complete, we expect it to give us a climb here that will make this a running flat of its own, and then one more drop to the downside to complete correction. This is what we're looking at for this week on euro pound. So if we zoom to 1-hour time frame, I want to watch out for an opportunity for that up spike. That's what we're looking at for the resume the drop into the downside. So I want to watch out for these buys opportunities this week on euro pound. On euro Swiss for this week, euro Swiss has been on this sideways corrective structure here. Here this, we're looking at this as A wave, this as B wave, and this as potentially C wave of a running flat. So they have started dropping. We expect this to tag this low once more and then take off first to the upside, as you see with the divergence between the sharp and the MACD. So if we zoom to 4-hour time frame on euro Swiss, on the 4-hour time frame, we are looking at this as A wave, this as B wave down, and this as the C wave. So which means this is correction right now for one more drop to retest this low before they will come back for us for major upside move. So I want to look out for this correction this week on euro Swiss. We zoom to 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, at present On Euro Yen for this week, Euro Yen has been on this upside momentum for a while. So the dropped here. I expected them to continue. They are spiking back upside. I believe they are doing correction for more drops to come through to the downside. Potentially, we're looking for more drop on Euro Yen. So if we zoom to 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, they give us this upside spike. So we expect them to correct and resume back the drop downside for one more spike here that will make this a flat. As you see this as impulse down, then they will continue the dropping to the downside for us after making this flat structure. So we want to look out for that this week. If we zoom to the 1-hour time frame on Euro Yen, on the 1-hour time frame right now, this has the potential of being a running flat of its own, and then we expect more drops to come. On EURUSD for this week, EURUSD is presently in this sideways ABC. They have completed that flat, they are dropping right now, so we want to watch and continue this drop downside. If we zoom to 4-hour time frame on EURUSD, on the 4-hour time frame we see they give us this was the A wave up, and we see this as the B wave and this as the C wave. So we expect that they are coming downside to tag this low and go beyond to complete this ABC structure. So we want to look out for this set this week on EURUSD. We zoom to 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, we see this as a flat of its own ABC, and they are dropping right now. Although they can give us a bigger sideways move here when they will drop for us, but we expect more sales to come through this week on EURUSD to the downside. So we want to look on EURCAD for this week. EURCAD has been on this corrective structure here sideways. So we expect them to break down towards this low and then spike upside to make this A, B, C flat for more drops to come through to the downside. So we want to look out for that on EURCAD. We zoom to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame right now, we see this as the impulse down and this as the A wave. So right now they're in the middle of the B wave. We expect them to drop down after this correction and then give us another corrective spike up before they will come down for us. So this is what we're looking at for this week on EURCAD. We zoom to the 1-hour time frame. In the 1-hour time frame, we want to watch out for this. At present looks like a flat, or this can be flat of its own sideways. We expect more drop after this once they break out of this structure here on EURCAD. More sales too. On Euro New Zealand for this week, Euro New Zealand has been on this sideways corrective structure. They got this wave at A wave. They are dropping slowly for the B. It's ready to spike back up for C wave before they come through for us with more downside to make this ABC structure. So if we zoom to 4-hour time frame on Euro New Zealand, on the 4-hour time frame, we see this C wave structure as the A wave. So we expect that once they drop and tag this low, they will give us the C wave here for the resume the downside to make this a running flat of its own. So this week we are looking for this down, tag this low, and then buy back upside. So we want to watch out for that as it develops this week on Euro New Zealand. We zoom to the 1-hour time frame. We are looking for sales first here. They've broken, they give us another flat here and drop more. We are looking for interested in this drop that will tag this low for the reverse outside. On pound Swiss for this week, pound Swiss has been on this upside buy momentum. Right now we expect some drops to make this a running flat and then continuation of this buy momentum upside. So if we zoom to 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, we want to watch this climb as they will see this as the B wave. This was A wave. So we expect at any moment they will be dropped for us, C wave, and then resume the climb upside, complete this running flat in that process to make us give us impulse correction and another impulse. So we want to watch out for this move on pound Swiss. We zoom to 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, we want to look out for the opportunity for the drop. We're interested in sell on pound Swiss downside, especially as we see this possibility of this smaller flat here before the bigger one come through for more upside. So we want to look out for this trade as it develops this week Pound yen for this week. Pound yen has been on this buy momentum upside. So this week we expect them to drop back down to make this running flat for the resume. The climb upside. Resume to 4-hour time frame to look at that better. On the 4-hour time frame, they give us this A wave downside for the resume the climb upside. So expect at any moment they will give us this drop that will complete this running flat this week and then resume the climb upside. This is what I want to look at for this week. On pound yen, resume to 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, I want to watch out for that. Expect there's two possibilities. This drop to make this smaller running flat. It test the top and come back with a bigger drop to make the bigger flat here for the resume the buy momentum upside. That's what we are looking at for. On pound USD for this week. Pound USD has been on this climb upside for some days. Right now I want to watch them give us at least corrective structure here and then we'll see if they resume this climb or if this is making a running flat here for one more drop. So if we look zoom to 4-hour time frame on pound USD, on the 4-hour time frame there is this possibility of this being a running flat here and then this is coming down, and also possibility of this is going back up and it will correct here and resume the climb upside. For now, we're interested in the sell, want to be in that sell and then we'll break even the trade. So if we zoom to 1-hour time frame on pound USD, on the 1-hour time frame, you see that this is trying to break through this trend line. So we'll watch to see if this is coming as a flat structure for more drops to come through to the down. On pound CAD for this week, pound CAD has been on this aggressive buy momentum upside. So this week we want to watch them start sideways correction of this move. Once we see they will resume the move upside. We're looking for corrections here this week on pound CAD. So if we zoom to the 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, we want to watch for any sign of correction. Interested in the sell for any corrective move upside and sideways. So we want to look out for sells, downside, sells as correction on pound CAD. Resume to 1-hour time frame on pound CAD and the 1-hour time frame we want to watch for. We can correct here, give one more spike upside before they will come through for us with the sell we are looking for. So we want to watch out for the sell opportunity on pound CAD as corrective structure before they resume the climb upside. On pound New Zealand for this week, pound New Zealand is inside a very complex corrective structure right now. After this drop downside, they give us this A wave, then they are inside the B wave. Once they are through with this B wave, we expect one more spike upside for C wave for this drop come through to the downside. So if we zoom to 4-hour time frame on pound New Zealand to look at that properly, we see this up move as A wave downside, and since then they have been on the B wave right now. So for this B wave to complete itself, you have to give us this structure, give us A, B, C, complete this correction and then drop downside, tag this low and then give us A, B, after which we expect one more climb for C before they will drop down. So this week we're interested in sell first to the downside and another climb upside, tag this stop before bigger sell down will come through. So we are watching out for this week. On Aussie Swiss for this week, Aussie Swiss has been on this upside momentum, so this week we're expecting to give us corrective structure here before they resume this climb upside. Expect more correction to come through this week. So if we zoom to the 4-hour time frame on Aussie Swiss, on the 4-hour time frame right now, I want to believe they have started a corrective structure with this drop. They are correcting upside. We believe at any moment they will break through to the downside for us. We expect this corrective structure to come through on Aussie Swiss before they resume the buy momentum upside. So I want to look out for that to develop this week. We go to the 1-hour time frame on Aussie Swiss. On the 1-hour time frame, we expect this sideways move to break down for us first, and they will potentially start once more and drop again before they will take off to the upside for us. So I want to look out for that this week on Aussie Swiss. On Aussie yen for this week, Aussie yen has been on this aggressive buy upside. So this week we expect them to give us correction down before they resume with that momentum upside. We expect this corrective structure to come through for us on Aussie yen. So I want to look out for that. Resume to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, after this up move, I would say as an impulse, they've started what we believe is corrective structure here. So we expect they will give us a flat here or a bigger flat before they resume the buy momentum upside. So this week, we want to watch out for this correction before they resume the climb upside on Aussie yen. So if we zoom to 1-hour time frame, on Aussie yen on the 1-hour time frame, we want to watch out for once again more of this corrective structure here, and then one more drop before they resume the climb upside. So I want to look out for that as it develops this week in Aussie yen. On AUDCAD for this week, AUDCAD has been on this buy aggressive move upside. So this week we want to watch them give us sideways flat structure here before they resume the climb upside for us. So I want to look out for this corrective structure this week on AUDCAD. We zoom to the 4-hour time frame. On AUDCAD on this 4-hour time frame, we want to look out for this corrective structure to give us this drop. Right now they are climbing back upside correctively. So watch once they tag this stop, we expect them to drop once more to make a flat structure here before they resume the buy momentum upside. That's what we are looking for on AUDCAD. We zoom to the 1-hour time frame on AUDCAD. Want to watch out for that as well. Trade is to correct down, give us another spike upside towards the stop, and then come through for us with sell down, similar with this move before they resume the buy momentum up. On Aussie New Zealand for this week, Aussie New Zealand has been on this buy momentum, and right now it has started sideways correction here. It's ready to drop once more, complete a flat structure, after which to take off for us to the upside. So we want to watch this correction that they are in this week. We zoom to 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame right now, it's attempting to give us an ABC corrective structure, after which one more drop down is likely before it will take off with buy momentum upside. So we want to look out for that as we zoom to 1-hour time frame on Aussie New Zealand. On the 1-hour time frame, we expect this to climb upside, give us this A, B, C move, and then drop back down for C wave to make this A, B, C, and then take off for us to the upside. On Swiss yen for this week, Swiss yen is presently in this corrective structure upside. So right now, after giving us this drop, they climb slowly upside. We expect them to drop back down to at least complete this flat structure before they resume the climb upside. First, they have to give us this say downside on Swiss yen. So if we zoom to 4-hour time frame to look at that better, on the 4-hour time frame, see that they give us this drop and spike back upside. Expect them to continue the drop down, potentially give us a flat there, and drop down to give us this A wave, B wave, and C wave down. So what we expect from Swiss yen this week. So we are looking for sales downside. On the 1-hour time frame, they give us this drop, corrected, and drop once more before they spike upside. After this drop spike, we expect them to give us correction. On CAD yen for this week, CAD yen has been on this sideways corrective structure that looks like a flat structure for drops downside. If we zoom to lower time frame 4-hour, we see on the 4-hour there's a possibility of this being a flat of its own, ABC, and it is coming upside to continue by momentum. Although this looks like a flat ABC for drop. So if we zoom to 1-hour time frame of CAD yen, on the 1-hour time frame, I want to watch what happens here. If they give us this corrective structure like this here to remain like that, it's a flat for more downside, or they give us huge spike upside and then start correcting, we know they are heading upside. So I want to look out for the kind of price action they give us on CAD yen. On CAD Swiss for this week, CAD Swiss has been on this sideways correction for a while. Expect that once they complete this flat structure, they'll come back upside with one more buy momentum. So we're looking at for CAD Swiss upside. For resume to 4-hour time frame on CAD Swiss and 4-hour time frame, we are looking at this as A wave, this as B wave. So we expect them to complete this wave by tagging this low for the resume the buy momentum upside. So we want to look out for this buy opportunity once they tag this low on CAD Swiss. Resume to 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, we want to watch this as well. Right now, we want to watch this drop down, tag this low for the reverse upside for us. The buy momentum. So I want to look out for that this week on CAD Swiss. On New Zealand Swiss for this week, New Zealand Swiss has been on this huge upside, and after that it has been correcting. So I want to watch it give us flat structure here for the resume the buy momentum upside. Resume to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame of a New Zealand Swiss, we want to watch at present. They have given us this climb upside and they are dropped correcting here. So I want to watch them drop down more for us for the resume the climb upside. This correction we're looking at for this week. So we're interested in sell down for the resume the climb upside. So I want to watch out for this trade this week on New Zealand Swiss. Resume to 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, we want to watch them correct here, correct drop for the on New Zealand yen for this week. New Zealand yen has been on this upside move for a while, upside momentum. So we expect them that they are attempting to give us a flat structure here for the resume this climb upside. So I want to watch for this correction for the next up move on New Zealand yen. So if we resume to 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, I want to watch out for this. We expect them to correct here sideways and then drop down for us. So to expect impulse, we expect it to be the correction and they are dropping once more for another impulse, but they will come back upside for us with that momentum. So I want to watch out for this on New Zealand yen this week. Resume to 1-hour time frame also. On the 1-hour time frame, we want to watch this drop. We expect this to drop down before the reverse. New Zealand CAD for this week. New Zealand CAD has been on this upside momentum, and right now it is attempting to give us correction here. As they are through this correction, we expect more upside to come through on New Zealand CAD. So if we zoom to 4-hour time frame on New Zealand CAD, on the 4-hour time frame, at present we see after this up spike, give us this drop here, and after that drop they've been climbing upside. So we expect this to drop once more, complete this flat structure, and then we see the resume the climb upside. So right now we're interested in this drop downside. This is the trade we are looking at for this week on New Zealand CAD setup. We zoom to 1-hour time frame. I want to look out for that as well. Sell. We're looking for them when they will break through this trend downside. This is the trade we want to watch out for this week. Setup to the downside on New Zealand CAD. On gold for this week, gold has been on this buy momentum upside this week, past week. So they are correcting here for some days right now. So we want to see if they are correcting here for more spike or if they are preparing for reversal downside. So if we zoom to 4-hour time frame on gold, on the 4-hour time frame we see after this drop down they climb back upside, and right now they are dropping once more to the downside. So I want to look at that for now as an ABC flat for one more retest of the stop. But if after this drop they fail to break through to the upside, we then look at this as impulse and they are giving us a flat correction for one more drop to the downside. So to look at it, so this wave upside has to break through this stop and beyond to confirm for us that more upside is incoming. We zoom to 1-hour time frame on gold. On silver for this week, silver has been on this buy momentum this week upside, and since this climb we has not corrected, so we are looking at this present move as a chance for them to give us sideways correction here before they resume this climb upside. So I want to watch out for this correction on silver for this week. Resume to 4-hour time frame on silver. On the 4-hour time frame, we see presently stop here. We are correcting here, so we expect more drop downside from silver before they resume the buy momentum upside. So I want to look out for that this week. Resume to 1-hour time frame on silver. On the 1-hour time frame, at present, we saw this as the B wave complete. This was A, this was B. So we expect this to drop, and it has not dropped. So we're still watching for it to drop down for us to make this A, B, C, and potential. On Palladium for this week, Palladium has been on this upside down momentum for a while right now. So we expect that they are tempting to start sideways correction here before they resume the down momentum upside. So they're looking at. So we want to watch out for that this week on Palladium. So if we zoom to the 4-hour time frame to look at that better, the 4-hour time frame on Palladium, at present they are giving us A, B, C. So we expect another climb upside for one more drop before they resume the down momentum upside. That's what we're watching out for this week. Palladium. So I want to look out for that. More sideways to come through this week, and then more upside from Palladium. So if we zoom to 1-hour time frame, we already see that we are preparing for one up spike. That's potentially the start of that momentum. So I want to look out for this on Palladium this week. On Platinum for this week, Platinum has been on this corrective move upside. So I want to watch them drop here, give us a VC opportunity before they resume this drop into the downside. Resume to the 4-hour time frame to look at that better. On the 4-hour time frame right now, we see this as start of the up move, and they corrected here. So we want to watch them correct here, drop, and then resume the climb upside, as we see this as potentially the impulse, the correction, and another impulse here. So we want to watch out for this trade this week. Sales to the downside on Platinum. Resume to 1-hour time frame. I'm interested in sell setup on Platinum. So right now we corrected upside, tag the top here, and this is a small correction right now. So we expect this to start the drop to the downside for us. That is coming towards this low. Once it gets close to here, we want to watch. On copper for this week, copper has been on this sideways move for some days right now. So we expect that they are about to continue this move sideways, complete this flat, and give us one more up spike on copper. So if we zoom to 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour time frame right now, we see this as A wave, and presently it's in correction of the B wave upside. So we expect that they give us this drop too on copper. We see this as A wave. We see them expecting to complete this correction here, but they'll give us the next impulse upside. So we want to look out for that as it develops. Resume to 1-hour time frame on copper on the 1-hour time frame. Once they are through with this sideways correction here, we expect one up spike, but they will come down to complete this flat for us, and then give us the next impulse upside. So I want to look out for that as it develops. On US crude oil for this week, US crude oil right now, for now, is in this present structure. I will expect to drop down, give us one more spike upside, drop once more downside before the big reversal upside will start for us. So I want to watch this present smaller corrective structure for when it is complete. Resume to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame right now, we expect this to complete this flat, tag this low, reverse back upside, complete this bigger flat, retest the low before the upside move will start for us. As you see with this divergence, this upside will come through after this corrective structure. So I want to watch out for that this week on US crude oil. So we'll go and look out for that. For now, we expect this to climb upside before they don't come back down right now. So to expect from On UK Brent oil for this week, Brent has been on sideways corrective structure for a while here, so we expect after that to give us another flat here for one more drop and then big upside will come through for us. So if we zoom to 4 hour time frame on UK Brent oil, I want to look out for, at present we expect this to give us a flat structure here for one more drop before this up move will complete this A, B, C for one more drop and then the bigger upside will come through. As we expect this divergence is indicating that upside is coming. Right now the correction is not yet complete, so we want to watch them complete that structure. On the 1 hour time frame on UK Brent oil, I want to watch this climb upside for us, complete this flat and then drop down once more before this. On natural gas for this week, natural gas has been correcting slowly downside, so we expect them to give us another spike here, correct here and resume the down momentum upside for the drop to come through. That's what we are watching for on natural gas. Resume to 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame of natural gas, at present we see this as a complete A, B, C correction, so we expect it to spike up at any moment to complete this A, B, C for the drop downside will come through. So we want to watch out for that as it develops this week. We zoom to 1 hour time frame also. On the 1 hour, we see that this is preparing for that takeoff we are looking for. Although this can be a bigger up move than expected, so also want to watch out for that opportunity. First, we are looking for this buy setup on natural gas, so want to look out for that as it develops this week. On dollar index for this week, dollar index has been on this aggressive drop downside, so this week we want to watch them give us sideways correction before they resume the drop to the downside. So we want to watch out for this week on dollar index. Resume to 4 hour time frame on dollar index. On the 4 hour time frame, we saw they give us this corrective move here for the drop. So right now I want to watch for a bigger corrective structure upside before they will resume the drop into the downside this week. We expect sideways correction to come in on dollar index. So if we zoom to 1 hour time frame, I want to watch out for that as well. On the 1 hour time frame, as the 1 hour confirms us with this divergence that upside is incoming, so we want to watch for more upside this week on dollar index to come through as correction for the drop will start. So we want to watch out for that this week on dollar index. On US 30 Dow Jones for this week, Dow Jones gave us 3 consecutive days of buy momentum before they started. Right now they are about to start sideways correction here. I want to believe that once they are through with this corrective structure, they will give us more up momentum for continuation of the correction. So if we zoom to the 4 hour time frame on Dow Jones, in the 4 hour time frame, we expect that it's giving us this opportunity for this correction before it will resume that momentum upside. So we want to watch out for that on Dow Jones for this week. For more downside will come through. So we want to look out for that develops this week. On US 500 S&P for this week, at present, last week they gave us this buy momentum upside. So this week we expect they are attempting to start sideways correction here before they resume the climb upside on S&P 500. So we want to watch out for that this week. More upside to come through. So on the 4 hour time frame of S&P 500 right now, you see they started this drop at this moment. We want to watch it continue for the reverse correction here, more drop downside, make ABC for us for the resume the momentum upside. So we want to watch out for this week. Resume to 1 hour time frame on S&P 500. On the 1 hour time frame, we want to watch this drop potentially give us a flat here for more to come before they will give us sideways here and bigger drop down to make ABC for buy momentum to resume upside. So we want to watch out for that this week. That is why we're doing this. On US 100 Nasdaq for this week, Nasdaq has been on this buy momentum upside for a while. Right now they are dropping. You want to watch them give a sideways corrective structure here and then resume the climb upside. This is what we are looking at for this week on US 100. So if we zoom to 4 hour time frame, on the 4 hour time frame, we want to watch this drop that they are dropping for it. We expect it to correct and drop once more before they resume the buy momentum to make ABC potentially for more drop to the downside. So this week, we want to watch for this sell on US 100 Nasdaq. Resume to the 1 hour time frame also. Want to watch out for that as well. Potential for this flat, more drop, and then sideways correction here for bigger drop, and then reversal upside. So want to watch out for this on US 100 for this week. Nasdaq. So we'll be on the lookout for that as develops this week. On Euro 50 for this week, Euro 50 index, they have been on this buy momentum upside. So this week we expect them to correct here, drop before they resume the buy momentum upside. This is what we expect from Euro 50 this week. So if we zoom to 4 hour time frame in Euro 50 on the 4 hour time frame, expect that more of this drop will come through this week. We expect this drop to drop more, correct, and drop more. This is what we expect this week for Euro 50 before they resume the buy momentum upside. So we want to watch out for these trades, especially the sets to the downside. So if we zoom also to 1 hour time frame on Euro 50, we want to watch out for that as well. Dropped here, can give us a flat here for more drop, and then correct sideways, then drop for the resume the buy momentum upside. So we want to look out for that today on Euro 50 as we join this trend. On J-Man 30 DAX for this week, DAX last week gave us this buy momentum upside. This week we expect them to correct downside a bit this week before they resume the climb upside. So we want to watch out for this corrective structure on J-Man DAX for this week. We zoom to the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, we saw this drop downside, and there was this flat correction here. So right now we expect them to drop more, give us another climb here for the resume this climb. Look at the corrective structure we're working on for this week on German 30 DAX. So we want to look out for that this week. Also on the 1 hour time frame, this was the impulse down, and they got this ABC flat, and they are dropping right now. They have not tagged this low, which means they can drop here, tag that low, and give us a C wave, make this A, B, C before the big drop will come through to complete the A, B, C bigger correction, and then they will start back the climb upside. So I want to watch out. On UK 100 index for this week, last week they gave us this spike upside and they have started dropping. So this week we want to watch them drop, correct, drop, and then resume the buy momentum upside. This is what we expect this week for Europe, for UK 100. So if we zoom to 4 hour time frame, on the 4 hour time frame, see this drop, we expect them to correct, to start sideways correction here and then drop once more, give us an ABC flat, after which we expect them to resume their buy momentum upside. That's what we are looking at for this week on UK 100. So if we zoom to the 1 hour time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, this is looking like a potential flat structure for one more drop before the sideways correction starts for one more drop. So we want to watch out for these sales this week on UK 100, another sell before they resume the buy momentum upside. So we want to watch out for that this week. So I've drawn out more sales to come through before the sideways move. On Japan 225 Nikkei for this week index, the last week they gave us this buy momentum upside. This week they are correcting, so we want to watch them drop more before they resume the buy momentum upside. So this week we are looking at corrective structure on Japan 225 Nikkei. So if we zoom to 4 hour time frame, on the 4 hour time frame we want to watch this. There was this drop correction here, they are dropping right now, so watch for potential another correction for one more drop here to give us this sideways structure, after which we expect them to take off to the upside. So we want to look out for this correction this week on Japan 225 Nikkei. So if you zoom to 1 hour time frame on Nikkei, right now they give us this correction, they are dropping, so potentially this looks like a flat for one more drop before another of this corrective structure will come through here for bigger drop downside for the reverse upside. So I want to look out for that on Nikkei this week as we join this trend line. On Indian 50 Nifty for this week, last week they gave us this buy momentum upside. This week they are correcting down. So we want to watch them give us this correction here before they resume the climb upside. So we zoom to far time frame on Indian 50 Nifty for this week. So we want to watch them after this drop. We expect them to give us sideways corrective structure here for one more drop before they resume the buy momentum upside. That's what we want to watch out for this week. So we want to look out for that as it develops. On the 1 hour time frame also, they give us this drop and they give this spike here. So watch them, they can give us another drop for one more spike here, complete this flat, drop again, give us ABC correction before they take off to the upside for us. So we want to look out for this trade this week on Indian 50 before the buy will come through. So we want to watch out for those as they develop this week. So drawing this trend for the breakdown on Indian 50 to give us a flat here. On Bitcoin for this week, Bitcoin just broke out of this trend line right now. Earlier yesterday broke through this trend line, and for now we are watching to see if it will give us a flat here to confirm that it is coming down. As is right now, this can be making an ABC bigger flat here for one more spike upside, possible to make this ABC. Although we are looking at this as potentially more drop to the downside that's incoming for us here, as we look at this as a potentially bigger ABC flat and one more drop to the downside. So we want to look out for that. I prefer this possibility. So if we zoom to 4 hour time frame on Bitcoin, on the 4 hour time frame, we want to watch out for that this drop to the downside. Actually, want to watch this ABC flats at the moment. Once it gets here, on Ethereum for this week, Ethereum is presently in this corrective structure for one more drop downside. We expect this to come attack this low. As you see this as A wave, it's dropping for B wave, it's back up for C wave for more drops to the downside to come through on Ethereum. So if we zoom to 4 hour time frame on Ethereum, in the 4 hour time frame, we look at this as a corrective structure A, B. So expect one more spike up, tag this top, and then drop down to this low. That's what I'm looking out for on Ethereum for this week. So we want to watch out for that. If we also zoom to 1 hour time frame on Ethereum, on the 1 hour time frame right now, this can break through with ABC down. But because it took time to get here, we expect one more spike upside here to make this the A wave and this the B wave, and then one more C before the reversal for sales will come through on Ethereum to the downside. On Litecoin for this week, Litecoin is presently in this corrective structure right now. We expect them to give us one more spike up for the drop down. As you see this as A wave, we expect it to drop for B wave and climb back up for C, complete this flat and give us one more drop downside. So if we zoom to 4 hour time frame on Litecoin this week, on the 4 hour time frame, we see at present they are attempting the corrective structure right now. With this A, we expect this to continue this drop down, tag this low, reverse upside, complete the flat here, and give us this drop to the downside. As we see better if we zoom to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame right now, we expect this to correct, give us a flat here, drop down out of this correction here, or potentially give us one more spike here to make this a. On IOTA for this week, IOTA USD, at present they are preparing for a flat structure here for more drops to the downside. We see this as A wave. We expect them to drop for B, spike up for C before they resume the drop to the downside. So we want to watch out for this as it develops this week. So if we zoom to 4 hour time frame, on the 4 hour time frame for this week, we want to watch them give us this correction, complete this corrective structure here before they will drop down to this loop. So we want to watch out for this sales this week on IOTA. For also zoom to 1 hour time frame. In the 1 hour time frame for this week, we want to watch this give us complete this flat here and drop down. This is here we are looking at for this week on IOTA. So set up to the downside. So we want to look out for that as it develops this week. On Repo, for Repo USD for this week, at present, they have given us this corrective structure. They are in this A, B, C mode right now, so we expect them to give us correction to the downside to make B time up for C before more drop will come through to the downside. So if we zoom to 4-hour time frame on Repo, on the 4-hour time frame, we want to watch for sell setup. Say we're looking for sell setup here to drop to the downside. Also on the 1-hour time frame, we want to look out for that as well. At present, they are attempting to give us that sell setup. Once they are through from the sell, we expect more drops to come through to the downside for this week. Thank you. That will be it for this week on Repo. So we say goodbye. See you next week. Bye bye.